This video is sponsored by Squarespace. I got something very exciting for Christmas. I bought myself a laser cutter. I've been wanting a laser cutter for so long because I have so many ideas of things I can do with it. But today I want to focus on just one idea: circle guides. The idea came to me a while ago while I was like rummaging around the studio looking for the perfect sized plate to trace. Eventually, I found this online, which has been really helpful. This is actually meant for making clocks, and you've probably seen me use it in a few videos, but after using them for a while, they've look at this. They're starting to warp, they're falling apart. They're just like, this is very cheap cardstock, and I wanted something more durable. So I just cut these out very simply. Like, they're kind of onerous right now, but just to kind of get the size, get to figure out that I can very easily cut alongside of it with a needle tool, just to like kind of get to know the machine as well. I learned a lot about how to like program it to cut, but I think there needs to be some serious improvements on my design before it's like the best that it can be. One thing I do want to steal from this is the lines, because the lines, I don't use them that often, but when I need them, they're very helpful. So I definitely want to transpose the lines on here somewhere. And then I also wanted to write on here what size they are. They're all different centimeter lengths. So they start at 6 centimeters and it goes all the way to 20 centimeters at 2 centimeter increments. I was wondering if I should do 1 centimeter increments, but that turns out to be like twice as many. It's a lot, and I don't think that I'm ever going to need that. So we're gonna do 2 centimeter increments. And then the last change that I wanna do is make some sort of way that this thing can stack more easily. So I got a stick of wood. It's like a dowel. My inspiration for this was actually like those kids stacking toys, if you know what I mean, those ring toys. I was actually imagining this to be way taller for some reason. I'm not sure why I was thinking that, but I was imagining it like these kids stacking toys, and then you can just, you know, whoop, take the one that you want and they're all put together. Whereas this thing, you're kind of like faffing with it. I think that that's going to be a way nicer solution. So I'm gonna cut this and then I guess stick it into the bottom one so that the bottom can still be used, but it's also just like the container for the rest of them. That's what I'm thinking. So I need to adjust my laser cut file. Let me get my computer. So for this next prototype, I'm going to add those lines that I talked about and also the holes so that I can stack them. I tried to arrange the files so that they're using the wood as efficiently as possible. I'm pretty limited with my laser cutter to about 30 by 30 centimeters. That's the cutting bed size, which is about a foot by a foot squared. So it ended up being 3 different lasering files. You can also see I'm adding the size label to each circle that will be engraved instead of cut. It is basically a whole week later. I have been struggling so much with this machine. Not the machine specifically, it's the software that comes with the machine. And learning new software is always annoying, and I don't know if I'm particularly bad at it. Anyway, Reddit has been my best friend this week. I'm not gonna share the details because it's really boring, but just to get like the simplest things done, you have to learn. I'm having flashbacks to when I learned Photoshop. Anyway, I believe we have the next files for the second official prototype. I just did one of the circles, the biggest circle, because I just want to test it out, see if it works before I prepare them all. In the meantime, I went to the hardware store and picked up some more HDF. So this is HDF. It's basically the same thing as MDF, but it's hard. So it's a medium density fiberboard. It is high density fiberboard. It's an MDF, but stronger. So far, I really like using this material because even though it's primarily made out of wood, it's compressed so intensely that it's not going to warp or soak up any water or anything like that. It's like some pretty ideal stuff, I think, for this project, for working with wet clay. But this doesn't fit in my laser, so the first thing we need to do is cut it down to size. Let's go. Apologies, the lighting sucks in this room. I have, oh gosh, how many? 1, 2, 3, 10, 20 by 20 bits of wood, blanks, I guess, and then a bunch of scraps that I'm sure I'll use for something. I'm thinking I can cut the 20 centimeter circle on these, and there's not a ton of waste, but a little bit of wiggle room. I wonder if I can even get it down a little bit tighter. Within a centimeter would be cool. Anyway, let's test and see if I figured it out this time. You see how sunny it is outside right now, and I'm in my basement? At least we get some natural light in this room, but there is no heating and it's -4, so it's very cold. Let's get this file going. This is what it's supposed to do. It's like so perfect. Oh no. Okay, well, doesn't pop out as easy as it normally does. I just need to sand that a little. Look at this. This looks so good. Okay, I want to talk about it, but let's get you to the other room. God, it's so much warmer in here. Let's take a little break to talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. If you've never heard about Squarespace before, they're an all-in-one website platform that artists and entrepreneurs use to stand out and succeed online. I've been using Squarespace pretty much ever since I started my online business because it has incredibly easy-to-use features, including their drag-and-drop website builder and integrated SEO tools. Whether you're just starting out or managing a thriving brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website to sell anything from physical products to memberships, digital products, and even services. You can also schedule appointments, create on-brand invoices, and send newsletters. And for the artists watching, I know you will love their cutting-edge design tools, where you can create a bespoke website that perfectly fits your brand or business. So head to squarespace.com right now for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/potterytothepeople for 10% off your very first website or domain. Now let's get back to the video. Overall, I'm really happy with the result of this. It looks so good. I don't know if I can change the settings or if I'm gonna need to sand them. But anyway, look at this. It's so crazy to me because this is just like an idea I had and now I like made it. Like this feels like a real, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously just HDF, but it feels like a real thing. I'm super excited about this. Okay, let's move on to the next step, which will be, well, I need to sort out the files for the other circles, but we can try this thing. This feels it's a little looser than I wanted it. It should be tight. So basically, the bottom one is going to function as the holder for this guy, but I'm not sure if this is going to work because, well, first of all, this is only 3 millimeters. There's not a lot of grab to it. Or maybe I back this with something. There's none at my hardware store, but theoretically there should be thicker HDF. Let me try to glue this. Did I write down how? 3 centimeters tall. We only need 3 centimeters of this. So let's see if I can glue this in. I'm gonna quickly chop this and be right back. So I got my wood glue. I guess this is pretty tight. We shall see. I hope this is still wet. how long this takes to dry. Maybe I let this sit because I need to still do my new files. So maybe we'll get back to this project tomorrow. I think it looks cool. I have to say I'm tickled by the fact that I got to choose the font. Like I got to use the Pottery to the People on brand font. That's cool. I have to say, I am like low-key thinking about making this into a product that I could sell in my online shop. It would be like super, super limited edition. I'm not going to turn into a circle making factory. But I am kind of thinking, that's why I cut so many blanks, is because like, if I can figure this out, maybe other people want this too. Like to me, the fun thing is trying to figure out the designing part of making a product. It's not necessarily the rest of it. So it's not necessarily the production, the sales, even like the marketing and all that stuff I find pretty uninteresting, but this whole like idea to design a product. So I guess I don't need to worry about the rest if I'm just gonna make it super, super limited edition. I don't know why this thing tickles me so much. He's like really cute and I can't explain it and y'all probably think I'm crazy. Okay, I'm gonna work on my files now. I'll probably get back to you tomorrow. God. Well, these came out easily. What do we think? I'm so excited with the progress that we made. I don't think it's done, first of all, let me say that. But look at this. This looks like a freaking product that I made with my own two hands with very simple materials, I would say. I cannot believe how cool this is. So, first question, what do we think about this one? I made the hole for the peg to fit in really, really tight. And these ones, I don't remember exactly, maybe it's like 2 millimeters wider, which means they're fairly loose. So it kind of wiggles a little bit, but are we bothered by that? Really? No, we're not, because I think more important is that you can easily take them on and off. You can just like pop them on and off. That's like so much easier if it's a little bit bigger, I think. The big thing that I think we need to change is the text. So let me show you. I thought it would be really cute if the text got like proportionately smaller with each circle, but I don't think that that was very successful. Can you see that? Like I can't even read the 6 centimeter doodah. Like it's too small. So I think I'm going to keep all of the text the same size. The tricky thing is fitting the CM for the centimeters. Like this is not even the smallest one, this is the second smallest one. But if I make that the full size, it's gonna cut through the line here. But as it was burning, lasering, whatever, I was thinking, I don't need the CM. I'm just gonna put the numbers and then people can use their brains and know that it's centimeters. Like if you own this tool, you're gonna like know that it's metric. Right? And then the other thing I was toying with is if I'm going to make this a product, I need to put my logo somewhere on it. And I'm like, where? Do I put it on the little peg? Then I would need another tool for that. I was thinking I could use like a burning, like a electric brander thingamabob, but I think that's a little silly. It would be cool because you could see it at all times. The other option, right, is to put it on one of the circles. So it either makes sense to put it on the top circle, in my mind, or the bottom circle. But the top circle is so little, there's not really space for it anywhere. Like I wanna make sure you can still see all of the lines. So I think I'm gonna put it on the bottom somewhere, and I can just like interrupt the lines for that, because what's mostly important for the lines is that you have them at the ends. Making this all today, like I know I didn't make this part today, but lasering all this, it did take quite a while. It did take, one of them was 20 minutes and one of them was, I think, 11 minutes long to sit through the laser. And the thing about the laser is that this is flammable, so you need to be there the whole time. So I was kind of just like hanging out in that cold room. So I'm not sure how many of these I can realistically make. The material is fairly cheap, but obviously I'm just like sitting there. Like I could be doing something else. I could be working on the computer, but do I really want to be sitting in that cold room while I'm making many of these? Anyway, these are the thoughts that I'm thinking when I'm thinking, am I actually going to sell this product? I have decided I am going to make like a small batch of them, just a small batch, unless y'all really like them. So I'm going to redesign this one last time, and please stick around to the end because I want to show you all of the different ways that you can use these. This is why I really wanted to make this project, is because there's so many uses for these little circle guys. So stick around for that. I'm going to show you some of those in the end. But in the meantime, I'm going to fix the lettering and I'm going to add my logo. And I think it's kind of perfect, isn't it? Like maybe, hopefully that will be the last prototype. Yeah, I'm getting pretty excited about this. So I ended up making 2 different designs to add my logo or my Pottery to the People branding to it. And I don't really know which one I like better. I think they both look kind of cool. So this one is gonna be, like the idea is that it's the very last piece. So the piece with the wood chonk through. So it would sit like this. It's the 20 centimeter guide. Not bad. But the other option would be to sit on top. And the benefit of it being on top is that you can always see it, but it is definitely smaller. I kind of like the more minimal look of like the sizing of it. And I do think I want it on top. But I don't know if it's like gonna be annoying to people because I personally don't like brands on things, but like it's my own brand. So I feel like I kind of want to make an exception for it. This is also, I sized up the number too. I haven't recut all the rest of these, but this is how the new numbers are gonna look. And I think they look really good. I mean, this one's cool because this is the logo that was designed by my friend Sarah, who's a graphic designer. And this doesn't have that same branding. It's the same font, but it's not the same like wiggly wobbliness of the lettering. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little bit, the letters do sort of bleed into each other a little bit. I wonder if I can fix that with my settings. But anyway, I'm definitely leaning towards this one. You tell me in the comments down below which you prefer. I'm gonna make a bunch with this branding on it, but in case I ever do like a second run of this, then I'll know which ones you prefer. Yeah. So I'm going to cut out a bunch more. We'll see how many I end up cutting. We'll see how long I can bear to sit in that cold room watching a laser do its thing. So we are officially in production mode right now. Here's my setup. I've installed a little desk here. It's a little low. The thing is, the machine's doing a lot of the work, but the machine does need to be babied. Like, I have to keep my eye on it and I constantly have to be feeding it new wood every like 10 minutes or so. So I'm trying to like use my time productively and like do emails and, you know, computer work, whatever. It is taking longer than I had hoped it would. So we shall see how much all this, because I still need to like assemble it and everything. But I've gotten through quite a few. Yesterday I made 8 of the bottom parts. And today we're doing the second one. So there's 3, I'm doing it in 3 chunks. There's the bottom one that goes separate, and then 3, and then 4. It is what it is. My machine is working wonderfully, but I am having to freeze my pants off in this room because I would put a space heater down here, except the window needs to be open. It's not the most pleasant setup. Definitely if I'm going to be producing more of these, I need to improve the whole situation. So I've cut out my circle guides. I still need to sand them. I've got my posts glued. Can you see? They're drying back here. And I'm really happy with these. I am making a much smaller batch than I even anticipated. I think there's going to be 8. If I'm lucky, there's going to be 8 because I'm nearly out of wood anyway. So yeah, this is gonna be like a hyper limited edition. I was thinking something around like 20 to 30, but it's gonna be 8. So I wanna show you all of the things that I can do with them, one can do with them. But I have, funnily enough, I've already been using them in my studio. Oh gosh, I don't have the samples anymore. But if you've ever bought templates from me before, you know that we be cutting out a lot of circles. And this is not how it's going to look. I've already been changing the proportions of it, but I'm prototyping a planter template. This is going to come out not until spring. So I still need to do a lot of prototyping to get it perfect. But I've been working on it, and more or less when I'm making the bottoms, the bases for these templates, they're more or less rounded to the centimeter. And so as I was working on this, I was like, oh my God, I can use my circle guides. And it's so nice because then you don't have to cut out the circle and you can trace around it really easily. So that's actually how I came up with this idea originally, hand building my templates. But I have a lot of other ideas for things that you could do with them. So I'm gonna show you that now. These cushion inserts, I guess, these foam things left over from my quilt mug project. If you remember, I used them to make some stamps. And I think this should work really nicely. these are my ideas. I imagine there's so many more ways to use these. I'm really excited to have them. If you want one, as I said, I'll have like maybe 8 available if I'm lucky. And I'll link those down below in the video description. If you have any more ideas for how to use these, please write them down below in the comments. I'm sure that there's more ways. These were the ones that I first thought of. All right, friends, I hope that this video is interesting for you. Let me know what I should do with my laser cutter next. I'm pretty freaking excited about this thing. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.